most cherished vinyl album is probably Leonard Cohen live from the Isle of Wight, and it's kind of a beautiful thing. It was it actually that particular festival, the Who and Jimi Hendrix were playing, and everyone started rioting and breaking through the fences, and it was getting really hectic. So they went to Leonard Cohen's trailer and woke him up and asked him to come out and do his set, and he gathered himself, and he had a crazy band. Charlie Daniels was actually his violin player at the time, or his bass player maybe even. And he starts the set by telling a story about how his father used to take him to the circus as a kid, and the circus, the ringleader used to ask everyone to shine a light, and he asked everyone to do it, and then everyone's quiet, and he played it a beautiful set. It's amazing. So it's great vinyl.
My most cherished vinyl is by Carole King. It's called Tapestry. I think I just seem to play it the most, and I think it sounds really good on vinyl. Maybe it's because the album sounds like home to me, and vinyl is like home to me because I can't play vinyl while I'm on the road, but I can play it when I get home. So.
The first vinyl that I bought it was bought for me by my parents because we had a Fisher-Price record player, and it was Alvin and the Chipmunks singing Beach Boys songs. And if you slowed it down, it almost sounded like real people singing Beach Boys songs. But it was just really high-pitched voices singing.
Why have
Beach
we
Boys
not sampled that yet?
I don't think I
That sounds
still
unbelievable.
have it. I don't think I have it anywhere, but that was definitely the first record that I remember playing.
When I started buying vinyl, it was just Salvation Army digging through buckets looking for stuff. But it was probably some sort of weird jazz record because those are the best to sample, and that's what I was kind of buying at the time.
I have two record players. One is more heavy duty for DJing, and the other one is just one of those little USB record players, which are actually really handy to have in your house and hook up to your stereo system. So I have two.
I also have two. I have an old one. There used to be this shop near my house in Ferndale that the guy would restore old vinyl players. So one of them's old, and I don't know who made it. Maybe RCA or something like that. And then I have a new one as well that's just kind of the family living room one.
Do you have a preference? Is one your Cherished?
I do like playing on the older one, but the needles on some of these newer ones are a little bit more consistent.
I like to look through Salvation Army's primarily, but I don't know. There's a store near my house called Solo Records that always seems to have these 50-cent bins. And they always have really good stuff in those bins, and I don't know why. But there's also a store in Detroit called People's Records that I don't get to go to as often as I'd like, but they have the most insane collection of soul records, and old while Motown was going on, there was also a bunch of other labels that were putting out 45s, and a lot of that's lost, but they actually have an amazing selection of those 45s.
There's a bookstore, that John King Books in Detroit, that actually, if you go upstairs, is just bins of old vinyl. But then there's also this store that my friend owns in Royal Oak that I like to go to. He'll have a $1, just shelves of $1 things, and they're all they're in good shape. So that's a big thing too. A lot of guys will have cheap bins, but they won't be in good shape. So I like to go there. It's called UHF in Royal Oak. I think one of the first ones I remember, because it's one that my dad had, was a Joe Jackson record, and the record's called Look Sharp, and it's just his white feet, or shoes, and like light coming off of them. I don't know. It's just one of those covers that, and it's called Look Sharp. And it's just, I don't know. It always did it for me. But that's probably the first one that I really remember. That and Sergeant Pepper's, because it was so interesting, and my dad had that vinyl around the house.
I always remember Michael Jackson Thriller because I was obsessed with that record as a kid. It was like, I mean, it still is like perfect, but when you opened it up and he was like posing with these tigers, it was
Yeah.
so absurd. And I
Yeah.
still to this day, I laugh every time I look at that picture because it's like such a great record, and the cover is cool. You know, it's like him standing there, and then you open it up and it's him with these tigers. I don't understand where anyone would have had, like how that idea even came up. It's funny to me. Right now, I've been searching for this record by. It's kind of an EP by Felix the House Cat and Miss Kitten. It's called Kittens and Deglets, and I had the CD and I lost it, and I can't find it anywhere, and it's bothering me. I really want it.
Sometimes I put we have one sort of, a couple classical vinyls in my house. Sometimes I just love putting those on because it's just so much better than, the chord changes and the melodies and the music and the time signatures. It's just on a different level when you're talking about classical music that I always find it inspiring. But so maybe some Rachmaninoff vinyl.
Sometimes I put on Dr. John Grieseger's, just because I love how unique he sounds, and I think it's really inspiring that he's just got his own sound all the time. But I also put on Paul Simon Graceland because it's in my opinion it's the perfect record. It really is. You put that on, especially on vinyl. That it's so funny that records aren't planned that way anymore, but that record is planned for vinyl. Side A ends, side B starts. I think You Can Call Me Al is song 1 on side B. It's just ridiculous. It's so good.
I forgot about that's one. If you want to talk about inspiration, get inspired to clean the house or get inspired to do things. That record, just you put it on and it's
This time